So we'll start with asking you where you were born.
I was born in Syria, but my mom is from Syria. My dad's from Iraq.
Okay. What area of Syria were you born in?
I was born in like the capital, Damascus, but we moved around.
Okay. And what would you say life was like in your home country?
I guess I would say a little bit slower than life is like here. And then there was a lot of community. So a lot of people were around more often than they are now. Like right now, I feel like it's just my immediate family around, and we had like a lot more family, and then neighbors would visit each other. So it's just a little bit, I guess, lonely, more lonely.
Okay, so you feel like, is it because your family is like the concept of family is more tight knit in Syria than here, or do you think it's just because not all of your family's in your immediate area now?
I feel like it's both. And also I feel like neighbors are like family there too, and here like people are stick to themselves or like don't really like visit with each other. Over there, like you'd have people visiting all the time and stuff. So
okay. And so with that being said, like since neighbors feel like family, so you were interacting a lot with your neighbors, their kids.
Mm-hmm.
It was like normal for kids to be, say, like playing in the street there.
Oh yeah,
or in
like,
each other's yards.
For sure, yeah.
Or neighbors to bring each other gifts or food or whatever.
Yeah.
And just visit.
And like a lot of homes are like multiple level like duplexes, I guess you would say, owned by like one person that lives there, and then other people. And then the kids would kind of play in the street.
Yeah.
They weren't really yards, but
yeah.
people like played in the street. And the kids would be out like really late and then just come home whenever because it was safe.
Oh, okay. That is so different than here.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think you miss the most about Syria?
I would say I miss the food a lot, like the street food, the shawarma. I miss that a lot. And then I miss being able to kind of take things more slow, I guess. Like when I would visit my grandparents' home or, you know, be with my extended family, we would take things really slow. So I miss that.
Slow, like
we didn't have to, like, even though people do work, it's not the same kind of work-centered, like, thinking and environment. Like, people really did take breaks. People, like, took time to spend with each other. Things were on such, like, strict schedules.
Yeah. Do you feel like it was easier to have hobbies for people, too? Or just, like, more time?
I don't know.
Maybe, like, not hobbies then, but...
I think more just time to spend. And
like more time to be social than we feel like we have now.
Or, like, just free time to relax. Like, I don't think a lot of people had hobbies because not a lot of people had a lot of money, but a lot of people had, like, a good amount of time to just spend to themselves.
Okay. What was it like getting here? Like, what was your initial feeling with being in the U.S.? Or, like, what was your first thoughts when you got here?
So I think coming here was really confusing at first. We, like me and my immediate family, we came on an airplane. We landed in North Carolina, and, well, we landed first in Chicago, and then they asked us if we wanted to stay there. And then we decided we wanted to keep going, so we landed in North Carolina, and we met with a sponsor. And that was really confusing. We didn't really speak the language.
Okay.
And like no one had any means to work, so we were relying on like the host family, which was really awkward. And then so that was really shocking. It was really freezing cold in North Carolina at the time because it was like fall into winter, so that was shocking because like in Syria it does get cold, but it just was like really, really cold and blizzarding and just different weather.
So
and
like
then
your first experience with snow,
right?
In general, much less a blizzard,
right?
Okay.
And then like I said, we were shocked because like there weren't really people talking. Like although there's a lot of Southern hospitality, it does feel different when you look different. So like not a lot of people would talk to us. We didn't have really the language to say anything other than hello. So I think that, and then
do you think that there was like a feeling of loneliness then too?
For sure, like loneliness. Also you start to think like, oh, did I like mess up? Like, should I have stayed where I was, you know? And then there's like moments of like not even knowing where to start, of like wanting to like rebuild, but you're like, what would I do, you know? So that was really hard.
What was the main reasoning behind the immigration?
Well, I guess wanted more for my family, and although there's a lot of positives about Syria, I think specifically for women, there's not a lot of opportunity. Like, I wouldn't be able to study the way I've had the opportunity to here in the Middle East as a whole, but Syria specifically. You have to test really high.
I just realized you're not on view of the camera.
You have to test really high to get into like a higher education kind of field. Like, let's say if you wanted to be a doctor or you want to be an engineer, which is like what you want, even if it's not your passion, because that's how you make money. You'd have to get really high test scores. So if like you didn't do that, or you weren't a good test taker, you'd have to redo the last year of high school and redo the test until you got it right.